Hello, cinema lovers. Welcome back to Rogue Cinema. Post COVID pandemic in 2020, Hindi film industry went through a major transformation due to several events happening almost at the same time. The industry didn't disappear, but its business model, audience behavior, and film styles changed a lot. The biggest shock was COVID-19 pandemic itself. Cinemas across India were closed for months in 2020 and 2021. Big movies were delayed or released online instead, and production stopped temporarily, causing financial losses. Because of this, many producers turned to streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus Hotstar. This changed how audience watched Hindi films. In few months only, suddenly OTT became huge. Instead of going to theaters, people started watching web series, smaller experimental films, and international content. This reduced the dominance of theatrical Bollywood releases, as audience now become more selective. Many big budget Bollywood films such as 83, Lal Singh Chadda, Shamshera, and Samrat Prithviraj underperformed. This trend doesn't stop till pandemic only. Even post pandemic, major anticipated movies like Adipurush, Selfie, and Bade Miyan Chote Miyan miserably failed at box office window. Not only that, nepotism debate and industry criticism, especially after the death of Sushant Singh Rajput in 2020, started certain boycotting as well. While Hindi movies were struggling, South Indian cinema started dominating the national box office. Huge success like RRR, KGF Chapter 2, Pushpa the Rise performed extremely well in Hindi market as well nationwide, competing directly with Bollywood. Despite the box office revival of Hindi cinema post 2023 with movies like Jawan, Pathan, and Animal, most of the credibility went to South Indian filmmakers and their substyle. However, with the dusk of 2025, the success of Dhurandhar changed the entire narrative. Dhurandhar challenged the idea that only South Indian films could deliver massive pan India blockbuster after 2020. Aditya Dhar's blockbuster had neither larger than life hero worship nor gravity defying fights, as well made by a bona fide Hindi filmmaker. Dhurandhar has not become only fourth highest worldwide grossing Indian movie of all time, it also became highest grossing Hindi film of 2025, one of the biggest second week grosser in Hindi cinema history. It also stayed strong for weeks instead of dropping quickly. Huge repeat viewership and strong collections not only in pro Hindi movie big cities like Delhi and Bombay, but also South Indian cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. Dhurandhar became not just a box office hit, it became a cultural moment as it affected audiences, politics, internet culture, and the industry itself. Dhurandhar became a phenomena because it combined real world political themes, a major star reinvention, record breaking box office, viral public debates, and a franchise launch. Not only that, the sequel hype also exploded, mainly because the first film ended in a way that almost demand a continuation. Several things around Dhurandhar amplifies the anticipation for its follow-up. The climax of Dhurandhar revealed that the mission shown in the film was only part of a much larger intelligence operation, and up to some good extent, a healthy reason for pushing Yash Toxic to June, which by the way is a very smart and brave move, clearly going to make 2026 as Year of Yash. This week, Aditya Dhar and Geo Studios are bringing the most anticipated Indian movie of past 5 years, Dhurandhar Part 2 Revenge, starring Ranveer Singh, Arjun Rampal, Sanjay Dutt, R. Madhavan, Sara Arjun, Rakesh Bedi, Manav Goyal, and Gaurav Gera, and perhaps Akshay Khanna in a flashback appearance as Rahman Dakat. Before proceeding further, we would appreciate your help and love by subscribing the channel and sharing this video with your friends and family. Let's find out the vital overview. Aditya Dhar has shown his incredible sight for detailed realism in both of his previous directions, Uri and Dhurandhar Part 1. He has continued the same trend by carefully inculcating some of the key events with perfect detail. However, this time it appears more dramatic than his previous two outings. Part 1 was admired from all segments of viewers because the interrogative scenes, covert mission, and surveillance elements felt so grounded that sometimes it had successfully blurred the line between screen and archives. With The Revenge, Aditya Dhar has given slightly more emphasis on theatrical experience of viewers and sort of designed with massy and stylish exposition. Apart from that, the climax and revenge portion also feels rushed. There are some of the plot points that are cliche, but if you view it as its own identity, without a doubt, it is skillfully crafted, totally immersive with brilliant performance from all the actors and terrific action sequences. Acting. Manav Goyal and Gaurav Gera barely got couple of scenes with not much to do this time, especially Gaurav Gera as Alam, despite that both the actors have continued the momentum of the script. Sara Arjun has almost half of screen time as compared to first part, but she is confident and convincing as a wife and mother this time. Maddie's discourse are crafted more of like suddenly galvanized power, which suits the narrative. Apart from that, he's been stern with quite restraint this time. Sanjay Dutt has got more screen time and seasoned actor like him always delivered in tension-filled scenes. In first part, the only problem was how his agility ruined the combat scenes of Dutt with Akshay Khanna. This time there was no such spot and Dutt delivered so well, especially his comic timing is really effective. Arjun Rampal, who had been so feasible in first part because of his unpredictability, has continued his momentum. It's so good to see him shifting from casual charm to sudden brutality in seconds. However, the film belongs to the obvious Ranveer Singh. In first installment, he's been the moral center of the film, but never in a showy way. This time, since the very first minute of the second part, he's been constantly in action. This is the film where Ranveer fully embodied the Shere Baloch image that changed the Layari narrative. His delivery is iconic, and physicality is very crucial in justifying the present Pakistan in movie. However, his dynamic with supporting cast was central to the first film slightly seems missing this time, for which it's not him to entirely to be implicated. Ranveer is absolutely true to the writing. Overall, we all are going to miss Akshay Khanna this time, absolutely irreplaceable again. Script, screenplay, and editing. The script of Dhurandhar was its backbone, a large scale espionage narrative. Part 2 as a standalone theatrical experience is no doubt amazing, but in comparison with first part, the script looks more of like a rush tale. The Bade Saab narrative especially seems a bit questionable in this installment. Likewise, the Jameel character arc. Part 1 had one of the best screenplays of 2025, non-linear and multi-layer narrative with parallel tracks, intelligence agencies, underworld politics, gradual character build-up, especially the protagonist transformation, was key ingredient. Nevertheless, seems somewhere second grade as compared to part 1. Second part somewhere after second hour lose a bit of ownership on audience however, come back on track in third hour. The interval block is abrupt but effective in its own way. It's the editing team which is going to be the talk of town. The first part edit was absolutely seamless and impeccable. Second part has done the same job up to a great extent, though it's just the background story of Chaskirat Rangi was edited so well that the climax editing somehow doesn't match the velocity. Overall, a delectable craft, but not as good as first part. Dialogues. Dialogues of first part were so grounded and yet designed for goosebump and claps in theaters. Lines given to the main cast were bold, aggressive, and memorable. Second part somewhere lost that chronology. There's hardly any dialogue that will echo your memory hours after leaving the theater. Overall, dialogues that hit hard but sometimes tried too hard. Technical work, sound, and cinematography. First part was commended from both fans and critics for its amazing music. Second part tried to come on same par but hadn't been able to do that with every track. Jaan se guzarte hain is incredibly good and Ari Ari is also fabulous. But the list ends here. Rest of the tracks are good but not as impactful as the previous album. The background music of each character in first part had its own power moment, which is brutally lacking this time. Rampal's character used to have such devil walking on earth kind of impact, which is barely visible here. Cinematography is good, but of course you will prefer Layari of first part as compared to this changed one. While first part underlined the serious spy drama, second part is designed more of like heroic spectacle. Impact. Early reports suggest that Revenge has got one of the highest grossing Hindi films opening of 2026 so far. But the punchy dialogues and high octane action, which created viral moments on social media, is missing this time. We still prefer part 1 as a benchmark for stunts and cinematography. This time, spectacle sort of wins over substance. Altogether, Dhurandhar Part 2 is a revenge driven sequel which successfully reinforced the spy action genre in Indian cinema with elaborate stunts, chase sequence, and spy operations, and gave bittersweet conclusion to its superlative Part 1. Overall, we give 75% to Dhurandhar Part 2 as compared to its 83% scoring prequel, and congratulate Aditya Dhar for successful delivery and Ranveer Singh for major record-breaking star reinvention. Grace us with your views in comment section and please support us by liking the video. And if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, you're probably never going to see us again. And if you have or you're going to, then you're welcome to the Rogue Cinema family. See you soon.